Hello everybody, X here, and lately people have been asking me a lot of things about Open4, so in today's video I'll try to answer as many questions as possible. Alright, so first of all I'd like to talk about most common issues and how to deal with them. Starting with, upon launching GTA, it gives you this message. Now the game will most likely still launch, however all your mods except for being there and the bypasses clearly being here will not work. So what you want to do is just obviously quit the game, go to your game's directory in the files, and you gotta make sure that in properties and in compatibility this option right here is unchecked. Check this for every single exe file and make sure that is the case. Now double check the game. If it still gives you that notification, then what you would want to do is to check the description. The first link will lead you to this website. Now just gotta download the latest version of script2v, open the zip archive, go to bin, take only this file, put it on your desktop. Now next thing you should do is make sure your antivirus is off for this step, and as you might have guessed, it will lead you to the updated version of the bypass. Now you just gotta extract the files, for example, onto your desktop, as transferring the files from the archive into Open4 does not work. So after you've extracted them, simply turn the edit mode on and drag and drop them. Click the little green plus, select the 3 files, click open. Alternatively, you could just drag and drop them, but sometimes that might not work for someone, so just make sure to do that. Now as you can see, they've been added. Next thing you should do is click ASI manager and actually install the middle ASI. Now try launching the game again. And as you can see, it all works now. As you can see, I have no intro. My font has been replaced. And that indicates the fact that everything is working as it should be. Now you can delete the files from your desktop and the zip archive from your downloads, as that might conflict with your antivirus. Just come back here and re-enable it. Another trick for Open4. Make sure you have 7-zip or WinRAR installed. With any downloaded .oiv archive, is to actually right click them, click open with, and then select the archiving wizard you have installed. Click always, so that it always opens it on double click and you have access to all the content in it in case you might need to extract any manual files. Now the next thing I want to talk about is actually switching between the mod folders. As for example, sometimes you would like to test out new mods or just switch between the mods, or simply disable the mods you have to play in vanilla but you don't want to delete them. Simply in Open4 turn on edit mode, right click, rename, and you can rename it to anything except for mods. For example, I usually rename it to mods1 just to be quick with it. Now you can simply press new folder, call it mods, and now you have an empty mods folder. Now the next thing I would like to talk about is actually an example of me starting off from a fresh game. I want to talk about skins. Now a ton of people have been asking me for help with skins, and I will show you how to do them, and I will show you how to make them look as best as possible. So I'm not going to be going too in depth on Photoshop or any programs like that, as they may vary. The concept is the same on every single platform. For example, I will show it to you on the homing launcher. You go to Open4, Control F3, put homing. If you already have another mods folder that's renamed, make sure you don't select the files within that folder. Scroll down until you find WLR homing YTD that is located in patch day 8 and G. Now some weapon skins and models directories might vary depending on the patch that they have been added to the game on, but most weapons and attachments that have been added from day 1 are going to be located in this folder. For example, Mark II weapons are going to be located in different places, so just kind of look for that and find out the names for yourselves and just find the original directory. So you open it, click copy to mods folder. From here you can just isolate the files by putting in their name in the search bar here. And what you will find is this. Now these are the vanilla skins. With edit mode on, what you will want to do is actually select the skin itself, the most high resolution one. Click export selected, choose your preferable location, select, make sure you export in PNG for ease of use. click save, and now you can edit your skin. Now, as previously mentioned, I'm not going to be going too in depth on how to actually create those skins. If you want to simply overlay them, the concept is simple. You take the original texture, you take the desired skin that you want to put over it, and you simply overlap the two, preferably with the original texture on top, and decrease its opacity so the lines in the original texture is still there, so it doesn't look plastic and still has some depth to it. Now with the skin ready, next thing you want to do is click the third link in the description, which will lead you to this website. Click batch mode, click show in all files, select the skin. Here what you will want to do is just play around with this. I recommend putting the strength all the way up and then playing with the level in order to make it smoother. As you can see the preview right here. Sometimes the skins are going to be big and a bit long to process, but as you can see, this is what we call a normal map. It gives the skins that depth and the 3D effect that varies with the lighting, that makes the skins have extra depth to them. I recommend also increasing the sharpness to 1 so they look a bit more crisp, and if they still look too rough, decrease the strength by a couple of points. For example, I'll go for 4 here. After that, click download. A bunch of files would download. Simply get the one that's called specular. As you can see, this is going to be your normal map. Go back to the model directory, simply open it with edit mode on, click replace, select the skin. Do this for every single one that has a texture in it, even if it's transparent. Go to the normal map, click replace it with your normal map. If you'd like to get rid of the decals, these are the stickers and the logos on your guns, simply select each one of them, click replace, and replace them with empty PNGs. Do that for normal maps as well. And after all of this has been replaced, click save. If there is a plus high version of this, do the same steps. Now after this, you can double check by opening the actual model files and check how the skin looks on the gun. Now the normal maps will not show up, so you just gotta keep that in mind, so they will always look flatter in the model file than they will look in the game. Now after this, you can unload the ASIs to launch the game. Just launch it to check that it's all working. Now as you can see, I'll load it to a clean install. As you can see, nothing else is modded. And if I choose the homing, it's gonna have the skin on and it's gonna have that nice 3D effect on it. And as I said, it gives off shadows depending on the lighting and it looks really nice. But if you would like to go into detail with your skins, you'll have to use your own Photoshop skills for that. Now, a big thing you might come across while making your own skins, especially if it's some older weapons, is this. Old textures are a mess. They're an absolute mess, and it's almost impossible to find out what is what. As you can see, the texture is made in such a way that it wraps around the model. And for example, if I would like to put a Hello Kitty sticker, let's just say right here, I will have barely any idea on where to slap it on here. Obviously you can use any quote-unquote landmarks that you have, but if the skin is a complete mess, as for example the RPG skin right here, where you have like almost no idea on where to put it, what you'd want to do is in the editing software that you're using, you just want to put a bunch of arrows on it, like this, just multicolor arrows. After that, what you want to do is obviously in your mods folder, select the skin, click replace on all the textures, and simply open the scope model to see where those arrows are. Now from then onwards, for example, I'd like to put a sticker here so I see that the arrows kinda end here and the way they're placed. So what I'd want to do is place the sticker in the software where those arrows are, for example here with the correct rotation. After that, simply replace them like so. like you would usually do, get the normal map going, and then proceed as usual. And I can promise you this will help you out a lot, because some skins are a mess. So yeah, that about sums up most things. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to help you out. I'll leave my contact in the description of the video. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.